Every atom of John's rectum began to vibrate with the frequencies of pure pleasure. His... That one was good too. John was having fun, but something told him he needed to go home. John really loved a good prick. It took John back to his summer job picking cacti. He hadn't gone back.
Pasok natin to dito sa truck. Ayan. Putang ina, dumudugo na yung titi ko. Ay, si Junjun pala. Puta, iniwan ako.
Despite John's swell of fresh optimism, traveling was exhausting, and he just really wanted to get home and get some sleep.
Get some sleep daw, get some sleep. Lahat yan, lagi yan, pasakit tayo sa bus. Okay. Go to the left. Space. Eat your lunch. Press space to pull from tip. Find your locker. Maniping. Kaya ng titi ito, inusupot. Ay, locker ko. Ito, ayun. Take the love letter to the locker. Ah, to her locker. Ano yung locker niya? Ayun!
Another nightmare. John's stress about getting a date for the reunion was making him think of her. Harmony. He hadn't seen her in years. Would she be at the reunion? John shook off the thought. He wasn't a child. He was a fully grown penis. John, why is the bathroom barricaded? Foreskin's sake! Is that a swan? John had no idea how it had gotten into his home or why it hated him so much. It would probably be best to leave it alone.
Okay.
John's old phone. They really were indestructible. It was Sam calling. He wanted to check in on John. The travel looked fun, but it was so sudden. Was John okay? Sam was such a softie, always worrying about feelings. John had only one feeling, and it was the feeling of being awesome. He could drop Sam a text, but John was on a mission. The reunion was getting closer, and he had to get a date. Fortunately, John knew exactly where to find love. On Weena, where all his sexy travel photos would give him the pick of the pack.
Tangina, burat din! Tangina, paano to? Tangina, burat to, kulit!
Hot. Too short.
Salami, gago!
Sexy. Not enough foreskin. Very nice.
Puta na, Nagyosi! Nagyosi na titi!
Glasses. Bangs. Nice shaft.
Putang ina, dami pinipil.
Yep, the pick of the pack.
Tangina, wala bang mapipili itong gagong to? Follow me on Instagram. 8 inches or more only, gago. Ride in dirt. Puta. Ito. Puta, ang inang yung wala mapili.
Yes! John had the pick of the pack.
Amanda, 20.
John valued honesty in a date, but he had been expecting a different kind of dirty. A sexy and much more hygienic kind.
Ang inang yung mabahong burat to. Hindi ka nararapat sa akin. Mabaho ka. Buton ice cream, gago.
John was scared of getting circumcised so late in life.
Supot pala talaga si Johnny.
Oh, better put that on ice. Are you okay, John?
Naputol!
Chicks stick scars. I hope.
Naputol! Naputol yung titi ka!
After the reattachment surgery, the doctors had told John to rest. So he did, for 6 hours. Ugh, salty.
Ayun.
John was in stitches.
Putang ina, in-stitch pala yung burat, gago. Ano, may tayo. May tayo yung burat eh, no? Gatuwin na yata ako. Siguro mo anong ending na ito, tapusin natin. Bago mag-Mobile Legend.
Karen had invited John straight over. She was not fooling around. Very exciting. And now she wanted him round the back.
Puta, sinong napakatabang tao nag-invento ng laro na to?
Karen let John know that the cake was only for the kids. So was the candy and the piñata. And that she'd be back in 1 hour.
Putang inang yan ang puta.
John felt a little underdressed and a lot overwhelmed. He was surrounded by strangers, and Sharona was glaring at the muscular groom. At least John hadn't missed out on the cake. John realized that Sharona had only brought him to create some penis envy. What a terrible plan. For so many reasons. John got excited. They were going to cut the cake. He's mine, Sharona screamed as she launched herself at the newlyweds.
Suddenly, penises were up and yelling, "No, he's mine!" It was a no-holds-barred cockfight. As John dodged flying glasses and cake, he felt a stab of envy. The groom had dozens of penises after him, and John had none. It was just wrong.
John left the screams and explosions behind him. It was a disastrous end to his online dating. He had tried everything, and it just wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough. Maybe the bullies from school were right. John was a natural-born loser.
May naputol na eh. Putangan na yun. Nalungkot na naman si Junjun.
Swans was so simple. If you gave them bread, they liked you. But you can't take a swan to a reunion. John wanted what that groom had. Love. Real love. The kind that makes penises fight to the death.
Malungkot. Take a shower, okay?
Days later, the question was still bugging John. Why were so many penises in love with the groom, but no one loved John?
Supot kasi si Jan! Supot si Jan! Putang ina, supot! If you like more videos like this one, please support by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell down below.